All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Ruel. Peace and blessings and citation to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, Dawadah, the house of David. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. All right, give me 1 second. And go right over in here. Let's go to this definition, totalitarian, right? It says of or pertaining to a system of government which tolerates but one political party to which other institutions and other individuals are subordinate, right? Or subordinate. There you go. You see? Let's jump down here to this word authoritarian, right? Authoritarian, favor imposed order over freedom, right? Which originally had the meaning to itself. All right, it says the noun in the sense of one advocating or practicing the principle of authority over an individual freedom. You see? All right, so let's go to the word subordinate. Let's go to the word subordinate, right? So it says a place or occupying a lower class rank or position, submissive to or controlled by authority, right? You see? Subordinate, right? One who stands in order or rank below another, one that is subordinate. There you go. To make subject or subservient, to treat as of less value or importance. There you go. And this is what they want to do, right? They want to make you subordinate, right, to their technocratical system, right? Ship you up, okay, put you in a 15-minute smart city, right? Have the whole this be taken over by AI robotics, right? You see? So these things are what is going on. Tracking, tracing, buying and selling. All right. Henceforth, with what CBDCs. Henceforth, we're going to tell you what to eat, what to wear, what to do. Right. And if you're not up to par, and if your emotions are not up to par, we're going to expurgate you out the system. We're going to bar you from the system. That's what this is what this is. This is nothing but control. Okay. All right, so let's go here real quick. Let's get out of here. All right, let's go to Dabu 7. Matter of fact, let's go here real quick. Then we're going to go to Dabu 7. All right? This says the UN 2030. I always bring this out, right? And I always read it. It says peace, justice, and strong institutions. It says promote peaceful societies and inclusive institutions for sustainable development. Only those with the RFID chip, right, which is the MOTB, and a digital ID, which henceforth what we moving into, you're moving into a digital system. That's what they breaking this thing down to. Why you think Donald Nero 47 got all his damn technocratical people up in his office, man? All right, this is all from behind the scenes, done by who? The tiny tops, man. All right. The tiny tops. You see, they want to control this whole thing. You see? It says only those with the RFID chip, right? Digital ID, passport, biometrics data, which we always go into the word biometrics. Metrics meaning the length, right? Bio meaning the study of the what? Of the body. So bio means the body, right? Which means, and metrics means the length. So you're studying the length of the body. Right? So it says data on a blockchain can be a part of a peaceful society. Social credits will be used, right? So this is what we talk about, social credits. Social credits will be used to get the population to obey the New World Order and punish unwanted behavior. Those who do not comply will be in prison or have all benefits on a blockchain turned off. Henceforth, that's why that RFID chip, right, which is the mark of the beast, right, is going to be ran off what you call a blockchain, CBDCs, hooked up to what you call a central bank digital currency. All right. Henceforth, with what? A UPC, which is a Universal Product Code. All right, you are the product code in what you call a technocratical world. Henceforth, buy and sell. Transitional. Henceforth, with the product code which we use today, has what? The 666 involved in it. Right? Those 3 long lines. All right, that's the number of the beast. See that? All right. It says, let's jump down to here. It says partnership for the goals. It says strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize global partnership for sustainability. In order to implement all 17 SDGs, it says and maintain global partnerships for the goals, a number of key technologies needed to be furthered pushed on societies such as the CBDC, central bank digital currencies, blockchain technology, CRISPR gene editing, vaccinations. This is henceforth what this is going into, man. Global digital vaccinations and things like that. Henceforth, that's not the physical mark. The physical mark is that chip. All right? It says AI monitoring, right? AI monitoring. Gideon, right? Gideon, Palantir. Gideon scrapes the internet all damn day, right? It scrapes everything all 24 hours, 24/7. Ran by the tiny tops. All right. It says technologies need to further push on societies such as the CBDC, blockchain technology, CRISPR gene editing, AI monitoring, sensors, AI, and biometric facial recognition. Henceforth, when you go into all these stadiums, they got nothing but biometric facial recognition cameras. We go into a damn airport, biometric facial recognition cameras. 5G, 6G. Which came up doing what? CB19, right? Radiation. Henceforth, what that chip is going to be ran off of. Henceforth, what brings you to the what? Grievous sore. Ulcer, right? You see? 6G, smart cities, RFID chip, IoT, IOB, robotics, etc. to fully control the world. See that? All right, let's get up out of there. Okay, now let's go here to Dabu 7, right? Let's listen to this.
This is Dabu 7, and it looks like Gates is back with his minions, and they're pushing hard this time for this global AI-driven surveillance system that's going to track everybody and their jab status via a global ID, digital ID. And they're rolling this out. They just posted this in a bulletin for the World Health Organization. And this is what they're calling for here. Of course, you've got Klaus Schwab and all the minions tied into this. This is backed by the Gates Foundation. And this dystopian proposal raises far more than privacy and autonomy concerns. It establishes the architecture for government overreach, for cross-domain profiling, for AI-driven behavioral targeting, conditional access to services, and a global surveillance grid tracking system on every individual on the planet. It's unprecedented. It also, by their own admission here, it proposes that it integrates personal identifiable information and socio-economic data, such as your household income, ethnicity, and religion. All this biometric data. It deploys artificial intelligence for identifying and targeting the unreached and to combat misinformation. Then it enables the governments to use jab records as a prerequisite for education, travel, and anything else they so choose. In the mix of all this, huge red alerts, what they're pushing out. The framework's already getting rolled out in other countries. The United States is always a bit of a different animal, and we'll see how they approach things here. Florida came out and said that they're not going to have one in their state. So every state's different within the United States unless Trump tries to come out, executive order something. But to establish this framework, they define this program as nothing less than restructuring of how governments govern. So they openly state that the purpose here is the transformation They can accelerate progress toward the Immunization Agenda 2030, which aims to ensure that everyone, everywhere, at every age, gets the full benefits from jabs. This is here. They're rolling it out wherever they can immediately. It's already being done. And this bulletin shows the breadth of it, the scope of it here. They're looking to track everyone globally through this system. Join me for the live streams where I've got more time to break this down and talk about this. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Tabu77. Much love.
Imagine being able to build an app with
All
your
right, so
name
you
on
heard
it.
it out of Dabu 7's mouth right there, right? So let's go here and let's go into this article. All right, so this is Zero Hedge, right? So it says the WHO, right? The World Health Organization, right? Gates unveils a blueprint for global digital ID, AI-driven surveillance, and lifelong vaccine tracking for everyone. It says in a document published in October, the bulletin of the World Health Organization and funded by the Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization, which is the WHO, is proposing a global interoperable digital ID infrastructure that permanently tracks every individual's vaccination status from birth. It says a dystopian proposal raises far more privacy and anonymous concerns, right? And anonymous concerns. It establishes the architect for the government overreach, cross-dominion profiling, AI-driven behavioral targeting, conditional access to services, and global interoperable surveillance and grid tracking individuals. Right? It says it also. Okay. It says it also creates unpredicted risk in data security, accountability, and mission creep, enabling digital control system that reaches in every sector of life. The proposed system integrates personally identifiable information with social economic data such as household income, ethical and religion. Ethnicity, and religion, deploys artificial intelligence from identifying and targeting the unreached and combating misinformation, and enables government to use vaccination records and prerequisites for education, travel, and other services, right? Okay, so that's, what we got going on. It says to establish the framework, the authors define the program as nothing less than reconstructing, right, of how governments govern. It says digital transformation is an initial systematic implementation for integrated digital applications that change how governments plan and execute, measure, and monitor programs. They openly state the purpose. It says the transformation can alter progress towards the Immunization Agenda of 2030, which aims to ensure that everyone, everywhere, at every age, fully benefits from vaccines. It says this is the context for every policy recommendations as follows: a global vaccination compliance system digitally enforced, birth registered digital ID, and long life tracking. The document describes as a system in which a newborn is automatically added to a national digital vaccine tracking registry the moment their birth is recorded. When birth is notified, notification triggers the setup of personal digital immunization record. Health workers know who to vaccinate before the child's first contact with service. All right, as you can go and read down. There's so much right here. All right, let's go and read a little bit more. Yeah, let's go and read a little bit more. What did we read? We was right here, right? Oh, okay, right here it says where's B at?